Okay, hi everybody. What I'm going to show you right now is how you can actually start up a Photopea file and also how you can make patterns that will relate to this noodle and doodle lesson that I'm going to introduce to you. So to get started, what we can do first is you could create a series of patterns that you can use later. So I'm going to choose File and New Project first is what I'm going to say. And where it says width and height, you can switch this to inches. And we want to start small at first, so we're going to just say 1 inch by 1 inch. And we can keep the resolution 72 for this demo, that's fine. So hit create, and there you have this 1 inch by 1 inch square. So now I just want to load this up with some patterns. So I could take the paintbrush. There's also the pencil brush, which will give you a crisp edge. Paintbrush tends to give you something that has a little bit of a softer edge. And I can change the size of the brush by just toggling or sliding the slider here. And so we're just going to go with something kind of straightforward, maybe just like a little bit of stippling. Stippling is just, of course, a series of dots, and we're going to put them here and there. Nothing too elaborate, just a pattern of some sort. In this case, it will be, like I said, a collection of dots. In the interest of time, I'll just say this is good enough as we need to move on, and I don't want the video to be too long. So we're going to say that is fine. So the first thing you do is you go to Edit once that's done, and then you choose Define New Pattern. Okay, so instantly it will tell you Pattern Added. Now we're going to go and create a new file, and this new file can be much larger. Let's say it's going to be square as well, maybe 10 inches by 10 inches. For the demo in class, I recommend you make this 150, but for this demo, this video, I'm just going to say 72 dots per inch is fine. Hit create. There it is. That's ready to receive some artwork. So we'll begin. I'll take the paintbrush. Right here, I can change the size, as you saw earlier. And actually, I will do that right this second. I'm going to make this a little larger. And the next thing I'd like to check out are maybe some different types of brushes. So if I go to this tab over here, oops, you're going to notice a few things like spacing, for instance. So you can, let's change the size. You can see that if I choose this brush, I would get that kind of a look. Now for this demo, I'll just keep it simple. But play around with these, and you saw how I accessed this with this little area here. So I'm going to say that's fine for now. And this is where I will take a line for a walk, so to speak, and just let the intuitive part take over in relation to the two modes of drawing. And we're going to say something like that will be fine for this demonstration. And we'll end it right there. Now, I know this could use some more developing, but we're going to be fast to keep the video short. So next, what I will do is I'm going to select the gradient tool, hold this down, and I'm going to switch it to the paint bucket tool. Currently, my color chip is set to black, so that means if I click in these areas, certain areas will be black. These are trapped shapes. But now let's say we want to actually add a pattern in these trapped shapes, so for some variety. What I would do then is I could choose the W key, which will give me access to object selection, but what we want is actually Magic Wand. And with Magic Wand, what this lets you do is it will let you highlight areas. You can see that's the marching ants are there. I'm going to hold down the Shift button, and I'll grab these three. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, they're all chosen. And then what I do is I'm going to go to Layer, and I will choose New Fill Layer and Pattern. So when you click this, it should just fill it automatically with a pre-made pattern, but you actually want to use your pattern that you made. So click right here, and there it is. There is the pattern we created, and it shows up automatically. You didn't actually have to redraw these over and over. You let the software do the heavy lifting, so to speak. The tedious work you let the software do. I wanted to give you a quick demo also on layers and how they work. So, I could have a layer over here. I could take a brush, And on a different layer, let's make this look a little different. Let's make this line weight greater. On this higher layer, I could draw what you see here. And what's kind of nice about having additional layers is that this one, let's take the selection tool, this can be moved around separately. For that matter, I could lower its opacity, so it's going to be semi-transparent, as you can see, if I choose it to be that way. And the other great thing is, currently this is on layer 1. I can hide this if I wanted to see what it looks like without it. I could grab this layer, I could move it below a layer by grabbing and dragging it down. And so there you have a few little things about layers and some tools. Now the last thing I want to show you before this video ends is how to save the work. So if I just go to File, Save as PSD, that stands for Photoshop Document, you could click that. It's, like I said, it's going to be a Photoshop document. I'll just call this Demo 3, since I made Demo 1 and 2 before. Hit Save, and that's good. If you are going to upload this to our Padlet, what you will need to do, though, is you'll have to say File, Export, and then you choose a format that Padlet could use. I bet it could read JPEG. I'm pretty certain that that's true. So once you select that, you'll have this in front of you. Just choose Save. It's going to ask you what the name should be. We can call this Demo, Demo 4 Padlet. And now that's on my desktop. That's good to go. And save. And that would be it. Okay, you can move on and try this out on your own. Though there's more to know, of course, but this is a nice starter. So, okay, try it out yourself, explore, and have some fun. All right, bye-bye.